strange letters, new friends, and a city beneath the city. This is Gluttony and Earth. Hello everybody, this is the Interdimensional Library. We're starting back up again, and I want to thank all of you for tuning in. If you had seen us in the past, if this is popping up on your feed because you followed us in the past, you knew that we did some little bit of podcasting, primarily streamed a lot of those events, those Dungeons & Dragons games. But we're back. We're back as a podcast exclusively, once again, as the initial vision that I had for it. And who is I? I is your dungeon master and host of this podcast, Nick. That's my name. So this adventure we're going to be playing, we're calling it Gluttony and Earth. It's going to be taking place in a world. I'll get a little bit more descriptive of it, but if you had watched our stream of The Ancients, it's taking place basically in the same world, kind of a follow-up of where we left off, a little bit in the future. Some characters may return, some characters may never return. You'll just have to listen and find out. But yeah, that's basically the kind of the front of this. But yeah, so you know me, Nick. Also previously, online I might go as Bumblescum. You can find me online that way. But more importantly, I want to introduce to you the man, the myth, the legend, Kyle.
Whoa.
Are you muted?
No,
Kyle,
I'm not.
Are you muted? Okay. Yeah, so hey, playing with us, one of our players here is Kyle. If you want to just go ahead and say anything about yourself, really.
Yeah, my name's Kyle, and I play D&D with the boys.
Yeah, he does. That is a fact. Okay, yeah, he's primarily played in everything I've run, with the IDL, as I'm going to call it, for short. Because right here we call things with short words.
Love that.
Yeah. Along with that, we have Adam.
Hi, I'm Adam. This is my first time on IDL, but I've been playing D&D in person for like 7 years now, something like that. And then for the past about 2 years, I've been online with Swindler's Den under Dr. Phage.
Yeah. And then, of course, we have the man, the myth, the also legend. We have our boy Baka.
Ooh, we're all just legends out here running this game. The boys. Hello, I'm BakaZombie. If you want to follow me anywhere, I'm the only one going by my online name mostly here. And that's because then you'll be like, hey, what if you like this guy? You can follow me over on Twitter @ZombieBaka, where I retweet all the things I do, including things like Swindler's Den, another D&D channel, as well as just myself, you know?
Yeah, cool. Gosh, you wouldn't know it based on my introduction, but I'm a trained performer. I have taken oral classes.
Hold on.
I should be better with this, but hello, and welcome to Gluttony and Earth. Gluttony and Earth is going to be a campaign that takes place on a little, maybe big, I guess all planets are big, a little world called Fracterra. That's the word I'm using for that. It's Fracterra is the planet. It's a world of mysteries. It's a world of legends of the old, a lot of buried civilizations. A world built on top of many worlds before it, both literally and metaphysically. Yes, so this world, there was a world, the first world, which, without really any certain understanding of why, it was destroyed, and in its place, a new world, the second world, was built. But that too was also destroyed. However, it was fractured in a way, creating two almost different planes of existence, the Prisma and the Dark World. But in its place, the third world, Fracterra, was built and developed, for lack of a better word. It's a world that has a lot of magic in it. Magic that is a very primary source of building all of the advancement around society, whether that is technology such as the airships in the skies, the trains of the continents, just the everyday is pretty much built upon magic found basically in the earth, mined out of the earths, in the form of magicite, and also built out of technologies found from the second world, that little drips, little trinkles into the world through various methods over the thousands and thousands of years. And it's in this world that we're taking our place. There is an organization, this is kind of more a foundational background for everyone. There is an organization in recent history, within the last few hundred years, called the Librarians, right? It is basically an international organization, non-governmental organization, an NGO, that gives out licenses for adventuring, basically, to anyone who wants to become a librarian. So you basically get a license. I'm going to say basically like 1,000 times in this.
So basic.
So basically, the library basically gives you license to adventure. When you have this, it acts kind of like a passport. It acts a little bit of impunity, international impunity. I think I used that word right. And also, just really marks you as a really cool dude. All the coolest dudes have library cards, their licenses. I keep wanting to call them library cards, but
hey, having fun isn't
licenses.
hard when you have your library card.
Yeah. The original librarian, Arthur Library. Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say, feel free to laugh. This entire audience is gonna think I'm making these jokes with no audience. Feel free to laugh on mic if you'd like. I don't want to sound crazy. Yeah. Cool. So this adventure is taking place in the country of Seleucia. In the country of Seleucia, there is it's not the capital, but a major town called New Veneer, which is a city also built on an older city that was destroyed. And basically it's like this it's a pretty advanced town, so much so that they've hired outside, the country itself doesn't have a massive military force. It's unnecessary right now for them. They do hire outside consultants, mercenaries, to fight on their behalf. They do have some kind of an army, but they have people kind of come in as to fill in the gaps as they need. So in this town, you'll see a lot of that going on as kind of like the hired guard. Is this outside? Like a lot of them are these outside consultants, mercenaries. This is still a major hub. You do have a train station here. You do have an airship station here. You don't have to use those as your only means of transportation, but a lot of cities are kind of spread out on the continent due to these continental titans or basically it's like these massive almost like beasts, or like they're considered almost divine beasts in a way. But all these continents have these mysterious titans that roam the continent, and the more condensed you have your cities, the more likely it is that one of these titans will wander through one of those cities, right? So that's why you have these sprawling lands, not as much condensed cities, but you do have like trains and airships to help get you back and forth between a lot of these cities. So we're starting this. It's a nice spring morning in New Veneer. It's sunny out. There's a little bit of a mist dying down as the sun rises. Birds are chirping. You get you see possibly like an aerial shot of a airship going by in the sky as it's landing or flying off from the docks. And we're kind of like gonna cut down to this 2-bedroom. No, not 2-bedroom. We're cutting down, like swooping down to this building, a nice small apartment near the outskirts of town. Not the outskirts, like near the outer wall. I have what's the word I'm looking for? I have a stutter. Always have, always will. It's one of those things that don't go away. I can't wait to be corrected on that. So we come down to this small apartment near the outer walls of this city of New Veneer. And we're gonna, our camera is swooping down, and it's gonna go into the window of this bedroom. Actually, now that I'm saying, I shouldn't describe it this way, because it is the bedroom window of a young woman. And Baka, don't worry, this is consensual. Baka, can you describe your character? Can you do this? Take it away from me.
This young woman is young for her lineage. She would be sitting cross-legged in a I forget the technical term for it, but one of those moon chairs, where it's the half circle seat that sits in like a platform. It has a big cushion in the middle of it.
Papazon.
Yes.
Did you say call it a tapazon?
Papazon.
It just came up recently, a different podcast.
I'm pretty sure that's what it's called.
Yeah, it's a papazon because it's almost like Papa John.
Okay. Like a pizza shape.
There's like big moon chair. She's sitting cross-legged. Yeah. And you see she's wearing like these darker purples, but not like a royal purple, but like kind of a off purplish, heavier pants, boots, as well as a long sleeve tunic with a studded leather vest over the top of it, and a hood that is currently not over her head. So you can see the long maroon hair that is topped by a circlet made out of barren branches and twigs that's weaved together, sitting on top of her head. As you get a look at her face, you can see her skin is almost paper thin and very pale. You can, to the point where you can see the veins in her face. They almost look black in appearance, kind of like the dead twigs facing up to the night sky. And as she opens her eyes, you can see these amber eyes, no pupils, but they're completely amber with flecks of bronze in them. They almost seem to be paler than they once were. And one side of her face, her right side, bears the marks of having been horrifically burned at one point. They're scarring over now, and part of it has like tree bark starting to grow into it, as this is an Eladrin that takes on the autumn features, even though it is spring currently. As she opens her eyes to get the sense that a camera's flying in her window.
Bats it away. Thought it was an owl. It wasn't. Yeah. So Endien, you don't have to know too much. There'll be referencing stuff. I want people to know in case we slip up. Just to remind me. This is a character from the Ancients, from our past campaign with this world. I do want to. This is fresh. You don't have to have any idea of that campaign, but we will be referencing certain events or certain NPCs. So I just want people to keep me accountable on keeping those as fresh ideas and not necessarily just assuming everyone knows what's going on. Yeah. So Endien, you are waking up for the morning, and you find you get dressed, you get whatever. The thing the only real interesting thing you notice in your morning here is you do see an envelope slipped underneath your door.
She'll walk over it, heavy boot falls, hitting the wooden planks of the floor, and pick it up to look at any markings that are on the outside of the envelope. Is like a wax seal or any addressing on it at all?
There is wax on it. It doesn't have like any kind of specific seal to it. But it does say Endien on the front, written in nice clean ink.
She'll take out a dagger and pop the wax open to read the letter that's inside, assumably.
Okay. So, what you find is a letter that says, "Dearest Endien, I hope this letter finds you well. Sources tell me that you're staying in New Veneer for a while, which is great news. Why? Because I have some work I need done in that area. Nothing big, but if you could take on this job for me, I would be very thankful. Consider it an official job as a librarian. I have an old friend that is going to drop off a parcel for me. Below the city, there is an old temple you can still get access to. That is where he'll meet you. I couldn't advance you any money for this job, but I do have money available. I can pay you when I arrive to pick up the parcel from you. There should be enough money that you can afford to hire an assistant or two if you wish. Thank you so very much, Leoric."
This is the first time she's heard from the person that taught her to be a librarian in such a long time, since he dropped her off at the island to get her license. And this is also not what she had expected in a letter from Leoric. It seems too jovial. Does this look like his handwriting if she's seen it before, or is there any way to be like, hey, is this actually a letter from him?
Give me either a perception or an insight.
Let's do a perception check. Rolls are starting off good. We got an 8 on that.
Okay. As best you can tell, this looks like it could be legit. It's so basically, I guess how obvious would you be as a librarian that you're a librarian?
I don't think she's like going around shouting it on the rooftops or anything, but like if it comes up in conversation, she doesn't hide it either.
Right. So you can assume. So you recently got your license about a year ago, actually. It's coming up to that around that time. You did your test, you got your license, and your old mentor who trained you for the licensing test. His name is Leoric. Leoric C. Salvador. He's a very famous librarian. So it's not unusual for people to know his name, but you'd think it is unusual that anyone would have known that you're a librarian if they're not in the know somehow.
Yeah.
To be fair, again, this is the first time you've heard from him, but you also know he tends to take a very hands-off approach to his methods.
Yeah, very hands-off and very doesn't always stand to reason, or at least we didn't think it would be the things we were doing were reasonable, but he had his reasons behind it.
Yeah. So this guy, you think this, as far as you can tell, this is legit. It showed up at your door. You know he's got resources. You know he's for all the trouble he has caused. He also he has his mysterious ways. So you think there's a good chance this is from him, and he's going to be showing up in town. He doesn't say. The interesting thing though is you will note he doesn't say when the meeting's happening or when he'll be in town. But the letter has arrived to you now. It has arrived to you today.
And do I know how to gain access below the city?
You have heard that there are some access points. You know there are sewers. You know there are certain cellars in town that might lead there. You don't know exactly where you might have to go, but you think you can find. I think you feel. I think you should feel confident that you can ask around and you can get led there. Mm-hmm. I guess it should be noted you've been in New Veneer for only about 3 months now.
Yeah.
So you might not know your way around the city like a guide might.
Yeah. Well, I do know 2 people that have been here maybe a little bit longer, but also they're looking to be up and coming librarians, and what a better chance to get them in on some stuff. Do I have direct contact with either one of them? One of them I'd probably go and get personally. I just don't know if I have a way to contact.
I think one of them you would know exactly where he stays.
Yep.
The other one works for the Smithing Guild.
All right.
So you could probably get in contact with him there.
All right. I think I'd probably go to the Smithing Guild first.
Okay. We are going to cut away from Endien's journey. And Adam, can you describe Darius?
Yes. So Darius is a hobgoblin. So he's 5.5 feet tall. He has reddish brownish skin, dark gray hair that is shaved very close to his head like a military buzz cut. He is in very sensible work clothes, so nothing super fancy, but well made to stand up to a lot of wear and a lot of damage and such. And has a couple earrings in his long ears, and then 2 rings on his right hand.
All right. So you are, you're at a local, basically the main, different people have different shops, but because there's a lot of Smithing Guild, because of the Smithing Guild, everyone's kind of they're in competition with each other, but it's still pretty well connected. You are at a main, smith shop, and you are basically just there working. I don't know if you have anything specific there or that you describe what you'd be doing at the guild, because you would start early in the morning at some point, because you've got a lot of hammering away, a lot of building to work, not enough daytime hours. So
I think Darius is mostly out of habit based off of his background of where he learned smithing. I think he's the workhorse of okay, we need 7 swords by the end of the month. Okay, I will or in 2 weeks. Great, I can do that for you. They won't be fancy, but they'll certainly cut people open. So I think he's on something like that, a very bulk batch of very basic weaponry that someone put in, just to get that done and over with, because yes, there's very few hours in the day, and he has better things he'd rather spend his time on than just making plain swords.
Yeah. Okay. So you're hammering away at these weapons. You do have a big order that you need to get done, and the head of the shop specifically. His name is Grafto. He is a dwarven man. He's obviously very built. He also keeps his hair short on top, but his beard is just finely braided and tucked under his like apron and stuff like that, so it's not in the way too much while he's busy and doing stuff. So Grafto comes out to you in the back. Hey, Darius.
What do you need?
All right, so here's the thing. We've got this big order to do, all right? I can't have you letting me down on this. We need you to get this done for us. All right?
When have I let you down in the past?
Nope, that's exactly it. We're counting all on you, Darius. We're all counting on you. But I do need to let you know. You have a visitor, but I need you to keep it brief, because this is a big gig we have.
Yes, okay. Who did they leave a name?
I didn't pay attention to no name. Looks like she couldn't handle a smith in her lifetime, or else she'd get another burnt eye.
That's an interesting observation there, but, I don't know how good she is at smithing.
You can't trust a man, a woman, a nothing who can't smith worth shit.
That's all right. You do say that a lot, and I don't know why you always bring it up, but
that's why you're a good worker, because you smith real well.
I certainly do. That's one of my main talents.
All right, make it quick. You can make it out to the front of the shop, and you see Endien standing outside, who you've met at least briefly before, because you know that she is a librarian who is residential in town.
Yeah, I think wiping like the soot and such off of his hands and forehead. Yeah, Endien, what can I do for you?
Darius, I hope I'm not taking you away from anything too important.
Certainly not important. Taking me away from things, but nothing important.
Well, I received a letter recently from my past mentor looking for me to do a job, and I thought it'd be a perfect opportunity for you and our other friend to prove yourselves in your journey to becoming a librarian yourself.
See, you keep assuming I want to be a librarian. If I need to, fine. Like, great, I'd love to do this with you. But really, we just got to get into places. And, if we're willing to work together, then, I don't need to become one because you already got the license.
Well, I hear there's a temple involved in this. I figured that would be interesting to you.
Indeed. Where is this temple?
Underneath the city.
Ooh, okay. That should be interesting. When are we gonna start? What's the payout? What are we talking?
I'm told the payout will be there once we finish. We just have to find this place under the city and do this task. Well, I don't know how much I told you before about how vague my past mentor was.
Oh, this is
but
from...
he's rather vague.
This is from yeah, he's sounded like kind of an asshole, honestly.
Not the greatest.
I don't want to speak ill of any of your mentors, but didn't sound like the best of people.
We spoke ill of him to his face, so nothing new.
Okay. Well, it certainly sounds like a job. I don't like that we don't know what the payout's gonna be, but I'm all up for exploring an old temple.
All right, well, if you have your things ready, we can go and pick up our other friend that I briefly forget his name, but we'll remember it when we meet him.
Yeah. He's a special sort. Give me 2 minutes. And then Darius will go back to the back, grab backpack that has all of his equipment in it, and then head out with Endien.
Grafto stops you.
Just say,
Darius, where are you going?
I got business to attend to, Grafto. Don't worry, you'll get your swords. Look, I already got 3 of them done. Look, go look. I got 3 of them done already.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, man.
this party has a little charisma.
Because I'm so good at that. Definitely not a dump stat. Ooh, okay. I did get a 13.
Okay. All right, I suppose. All right, you do have 3 of them. You know, you're one of our best. All right. Just make sure, Ed. We need them done. Just
yes.
It's a big client.
I'll get them done. Don't you worry.
All right. And then you guys will cut.
Wave
We'll
them
cut
off.
from there. Yeah. Now we're going to find ourselves on a little camping site almost outside of the city walls. You have let's Kyle. Can you describe to us first what this looks like? What does this little camping area look like? This little farm.
This little sanctuary.
Yeah.
It's a sweet place. So there would be at first you would hear the flow of a stream nearby. And then you'd see smoke going up into the air. A campfire. Right next to that campfire would be a very poorly made tent. It looks like a very bad tarp with holes all over it. And one rock. It looks like that would be the pillow. And there'd be poorly made fences out of very small sticks. But the money shot is this Earth Genasi talking to his turnips. Now, Thellum, for people that forgot, Thellum is he's like 5'9". He's wearing a straw hat right now. Has a little grass blade in his mouth, using it like a toothpick. He has shaggy hair, a little bit on the messy side. What he's wearing, it looks like it used to be white, but it's just a very dirty long sleeve shirt. Just regular pants and boots that have a hole in it. Is that his toe? Probably. But a little weird thing about him is that he has what he fashioned into bandages, old strips of cloth around his hands and almost up to his elbows. You can see a very dim glow underneath. But yeah, that's Thellum. Right now he is trying to encourage this turnip that he named Ollie. Ollie, come on. You gotta grow up. You gotta be big and strong, come on. Ollie. I don't have much gold anymore.
Endien and Darius, you approach you see that you know where to go. You see the campfire smoke. You're approaching, and you hear Thellum encouraging his turnip to grow.
Let me describe his position. He is right. His face is right up next to that turnip, and he is just like downward dog looking like.
And Endien glides up, almost in a manner of one that should be wearing more fanciful clothing than she probably is. Thellum, I do adore your simple-minded tasks.
with the sound of your voice, he fumbles a little bit. It's like, whoa, Endien, you heard all that?
The majority of it, you weren't keeping it to yourself.
Oh, look, man. Ollie's a little bit on the small side right now. I need him to be big and strong.
Understandable. I don't mean to take away your time with Ollie, but I have received a letter
Is it
from
time?
my.
Are we going on one of your dangerous missions? All right. Wait. Hold on. Wait. You see him run towards his tent, and you hear a lot of things clanging around.
As you run, says, I don't know if it's dangerous. All right, he's excited.
How are so many things clanging in there? It's just a tower. I don't know where the clanging's coming from.
He's just making all those noises to make it look like there's a lot of things in there.
Like
He has two pots
in
yeah.
there.
He has two pots he clangs together every time he goes in there. He's trying to act impressed when he comes out.
All right, I guess. Wait.
Can I do a performance?
Yeah, absolutely. Do a performance check.
Woo! That is a 9.
9. Yeah, you just. I mean, it's. You're just fumbling. You drop one. You drop shit. Oh, you're in there. It's just not good. It sounds like there's more of a problem going on than anything else.
I think he's down a pan. I think he's just hitting the one pan against a rock now.
Yeah. You all right in there, bud? You need any help gathering up your stuff?
With that, he comes out. You see, he has like a tiny bag and like a little satchel, and for somehow his shirt is off, and his straw hat's on his arm now. Yeah, everything's fine. Do we need to go right now? Are we going?
Yes, we can start now, but we still have to find a way to get to where we're going.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. He slowly drops his stuff, awkwardly puts his shirt back on. Yeah. Lead the way.
Yes. As you know, becoming a librarian isn't all about action. It's also about doing your due diligence, investigating, doing your research. And that's the part we're at now.
All right. I mean, I'm pretty good with a book. Pretty well learned. You said we're looking for an old temple. We need to get an entrance into the city, to the Undercity first, right?
Yes.
And then
From what I understand, there's cellars and sewers that would allow us to get there, possibly. I could always speak with some animals that might know the area.
That seems
You could do that?
quite fancy.
Yes.
Well, can you talk to my turnip?
No. That's more of my sister's expertise. She was the plant one, I was the animal one.
I was hoping you could convince Ollie.
You seem to be doing quite well with them. Maybe you are able to talk to plants yourself.
Whoa.
I don't
She
know.
turns to start heading towards the city.
You see him pick out a leaf.
Yeah, okay. So how you only half explained it to Thellum at least. But what exactly what is your so you know that you have to find a way to down to the old city, and there find the temple in some way. What is your approach on trying to find where you guys want to actually go?
I think if we can find any old blueprints of the old city, or I wouldn't mind talking to a rat.
Let's see.
Preferably a sewer rat.
Since I work and move around the city more, what I know, just mostly on a wing and a prayer, know of any places that are have access to the old city?
If you go through the sewers, there's said to be some old entrances. Because the sewers are kind of built around where Old City was, so you can usually that if you find access to the sewers, you can find usually some old entrances to it. And again, there's some places like you might know there might be like some like administrative buildings or taverns or maybe even secret entrances where people have like basement or cellar access down to the old city.
Because I was looking at some of the benefits I get from being in my guild from a fancy system that Nick has made himself.
Yeah.
So I have connections because I'm in the guild, which gives me +2 research. Could I essentially use that to see if anyone I know from the guild or the guild itself has like a reliable way into these sewers?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me an investigation or history check. And you'll get that +2 to it.
The same. Ooh, that's gonna be tasty. 15 on the die +8 with the extra +2 is a 23.
23. Okay, so you guys, I guess you'd initially kind of split up. Thellum, what would you want to be doing during this?
So you see, I grabbed the leaf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be trying. I'm gonna be trying to talk to this thing.
Okay, you're just gonna try to talk to your leaf. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you? While you're trying to talk to this leaf, are you following Endien, or are you gonna follow Darius around? Or are you gonna do something on your own with this leaf?
Well, it said that like we need to find the entrance of the sewers, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try skirt around the outskirts of the city to see if there's an entrance that way.
Okay.
While talking to the leaf.
Yeah. I'm gonna start with. All right. Okay, Phil. You are going around the city trying to talk to this leaf. What are you saying to the leaf?
Hello? Anybody there? How do you do this? He like twists the stem around a little bit. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, this leaf, it's you're not really getting anything back. So it's a little bit unfortunate. Give me a nature check.
What is my nature? Oh, there it is. That's fun. That's a -2, so it's a 10.
A 10, yeah. You're really not sure how this is supposed to work at all. Like you're talking to it, and you don't. I mean, to be fair, you're talking to it like you would talk to another person. So maybe that's what's wrong. But you're not really entirely sure. And as you're going around the outskirts, can you give me perception checks? Just one, I guess.
Just one.
Just one.
What I guess? Oh. That is 18 plus 2, 20.
20. Okay. When you're going around, you notice you don't notice any you don't notice any entrance. It's pretty well sturdy built. You can assume that this wall was built, after the new city was built. So like it's pretty like standard around the area. So there's no like old crevices or or holes to drop into to get to the old city.
Can I also try just using my sense of smell to see if I can try smell an entrance for the sewer?
Yeah, but with your perception, I do want to note, you do notice on one of the city entrances, you do notice some dark cloth. Actually, this is perfect. You do smell some sewer. And you find it at the entrance to one of the cities. It's not a sewer that you're finding, but you do find a piece of dark cloth that looks like it had snagged and torn off, but it smells like it's coming from, like it would have come from the sewers.
Oh, where'd you come from? Can I mean, I don't think Thellum would think. Yeah, no, he's stupid. Is there any blood on it?
No.
No.
But it is just. It's just it looks like it might have been like the bottom of like maybe like a cape or something like that got snagged. Yeah.
Cape. Oh. There's a villain nearby. Where'd they go? I need to tell Endien. Wait, where'd they go? You?
Right, and then you rush into the city looking for someone to tell about villains. Darius, you start talking. You ask around. You actually get a Grafto has gotten you a he's got like a stack of papers that he like sets down in front of you. All right, so we don't usually, we have to know where some of the sewer stuff is for disposal of certain things. We have to know the proper places where we can't dump waste. Basically, we have to know. So we have all these things, and he sets down to you basically a city map of like 7 sewer entrances, basically 7 like accessible sewer entrances throughout the city. This is the best we've got, really. I mean, if you're looking for Old City, there's 3 of them that you could probably go through. My voice has changed since the beginning of this episode. All right, so I think I fixed it back. All right, maybe. It's gonna change. I'm Grafto. I'm gonna start every sentence with "I'm Grafto," so you know who I am. All right. So there's different places. If you're looking for Old City, there's probably closer to. You want to get closer to the west side. You'll probably find a better access points over there.
Right. Appreciate that. While he was gathering all these paperwork and such, because I imagine I went up to Grafto like an hour later, like, so I need you've got any connections in the city? And then it's like, I'll make another sword right now if you got any information about getting into the old city.
Okay. All right, so here's all the things you want to do at West Side. And did you finish the sword?
Yeah. I mean, it needs to be sharpened still, but like you can give that to one of the apprentices. They gotta learn.
All right.
Can't screw up too much just sharpening it.
Yeah. So basically, out of that, you get 3 entrances on the west side of the city that you think probably have access to the old city.
Perfect. And I would, just to say in character, look over those maps too, and just like mark down anything else of interest I might note for future reference.
Yeah. These are copies. You just, for your inventory's sake, you can say you just have maps of the sewers of
nice.
the city.
Nice.
Endien, you want to go talk to rats?
That or get blueprints of the old city or sewer systems.
All right, what are you looking to do? Those are very different tasks. So.
Yes, I think the blueprints will be more lucrative because rats aren't the smartest. It'll take a while to try and tell them what I'm looking for and make it in a way that makes sense to them.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to go to like some administrative building, you can probably talk to someone about like records of that sort. Give me a history check.
History check for Endien is gonna be a 6.
Yeah. Okay. So you're finding that it's not so much that they don't want to give you it, as much as they don't have a lot of those types of records because of losing them to the city being destroyed. So that doesn't quite work. All they really have is like what's updated or what's new.
All right, thank you. I want to go find a freaking sewer rat. I never thought the sewer rat would be more helpful than the humanoid population of the city.
Okay. Give me to hunt down a rat. To hunt down a rat. I'm sorry, I'm trying to like not drop stuff while I pull out a book here.
You're good.
Not a book, but you know. What's the word I'm looking for? Give me either an animal handling or a survival check.
A 13 on animal handling.
Oh, I'll say that's good enough. Yeah, you find some you find like a you know, you head out behind like an old tavern or something like that, and you see some rats digging into some trash.
I'll cast Speak with Animals as I approach. And good day to you all.
Who are you?
I'm Endien Velwiste of the
Is it the
Course
cops?
of the Four Seasons.
Everyone scatter! Everyone scatter!
Not the
Scram.
cops. I don't know how you know
Scram! It's the cops!
what a law enforcement official is.
You're not here to kill us?
No, I'm here to speak with you if you have the time.
That's what a cop would say.
You're very
Sounds-
strange.
Sounds an awful lot like a cop.
Scatter! Everyone scatter!
Still a cop.
I'll hold him off! I'll hold her off!
Yeah, as long as one of you stays around, that's all I need. I was just inquiring about your knowledge of the city that lies beneath this one.
What's in it for me?
Food not from the dumpster.
What kind of food? What you got?
I have some dried meats and fruits.
Ooh. All right. You got yourself a deal. Where is it? Show me the food.
She'll take out a day's worth of rations.
Oh, yeah. You got one more of those?
Yeah. Take out another one.
All right. Yeah, okay. What do you want to know?
A way for me and two of my companions to enter that we could fit in. To get down to a large building that's beneath the city.
A large building. What kind of building?
A temple? Do you know what a temple is?
A temple.
The rat word for temple.
I don't know what you mean by a temple. You gotta be a little bit more specific.
I wish I knew what I meant by a temple as well. An old temple. Just if you know of any safe access points for larger beings down to that city. That's all I can really ask for at this point. For I don't have much more information on what building I'm looking for.
Ooh. How many more rations you got? How many more meats and cheeses and berries?
I think 2 days is worth enough of that.
That was enough to stop me. I mean, I could tell you something pretty big. I think maybe you might want to know
I'm about
it.
to insight check this rat.
Go for it. Go for it.
Little rat.
Insight check a rat in episode 1.
21.
21. He sounds like he actually has something big, but he knows he can get more out of you for it.
How's 5 days worth of rations sound?
All right, I think we're best friends now. I know you ever need something, you come to me.
I'll keep that in mind.
They call me a rat.
You don't say.
All right, okay. So I mean, I think I know. Just this morning, before the sun came up, I saw some big people like you guys, like yous. I saw a nice place where they were able to go down. They went to some big people places.
Big people places. Could you show me?
Yeah, I think I could do that. You got 5 rations, right?
5 days of rations to hold
All right.
all of them.
All right. I think okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I can show you. How long does Speak with Animals last?
Let me see.
You should find that out.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go on a little walk. Little walk-see.
This rat is gonna swindle us in some way.
It's a rat. If he tries to swindle me, I'll just shoot him.
Yeah, so he starts heading you to the southwestern side of the town. There is a manhole basically near the southwest side of town that he leads you to. It looks like a pretty standard manhole. You do notice, however, this side of town does have a lot of uneven ground to it, and the manhole cover. Give me a perception check.
Okay, and then now you're rolling well. Perception is a 21.
21. You notice that the manhole cover looks like it should have been a lot more secured on, but it's kind of off, like it has been moved.
Do you know what these people look like that went down this hole?
They were tall people. It was dark. They're wearing dark clothing. They went down here.
All right.
They haven't come back up as far as I've seen.
Haven't come back up. Perfect.
But I've been in the trash all day.
Fair enough. She will go over to an alley from this and put the rations in a place where they can continue to get them, because I'm sure he can't carry 5 days worth of rations himself.
No.
Kind of cover, put it in an area where somebody's not going to pick it up, but that they'll be able to get it. Thank you for your help on this.
Start squeaking now. I can't make a good squeak sound, so somebody starts squeaking. Even if I did, I don't think the mic would pick it up from Discord. So that's the best I can do for Discord.
All right, let's have to find the other two. I don't think we set up a location to meet.
Okay, yeah.
Get know where this manhole cover is. Look at the buildings and stuff, and head to find the other two.
Yeah. I don't think it should be that hard for you guys to meet up at some point. The city's kind of big, but you all kind of stand out, so I think it's easy to locate where y'all are at. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys meet up?
So, what did everybody find?
First off, how do you do it? He shoves the leaf in front of your face. How do you do it? Tell me.
Again, I don't speak to plants, but my sister can just innately do it.
Also, you start smelling something.
Thellum,
Right,
have you changed yourself today?
What?
Have you changed yourself today?
Well, I wash my shirt every day, but like I only have one shirt.
What?
Oh,
What are
right,
we smelling?
This. He holds it up against your face.
Yeah, it's a dark cloth, ripped cloth that smells like sewer.
Why are you holding this up to us?
There is a caped villain around here. We need to find him.
I did get word from a local that there are people going into the sewers.
A local.
The rat.
Oh, okay. So you see, now, one, how do you know they're a villain?
Well, it looks like it came from a black cape. Only villains wear that.
Ooh, I mean, lots of people can have capes. That's, assumptions, but okay.
My color scheme is rather dark colors as well. Am I a villain?
You've shattered his whole
Endien.
worldview. Look at him. Can't even think.
It's a woman with burn marks on one side of her face and just almost translucent skin with black veins popping through on the other side.
I was gonna say you do look like out of character. Like you do look like a villain.
Yeah,
the way you said your appearance. But like Thellum's known you for a while. He knows you're not a villain.
Wait, does Endien have a cape?
No, she has a hood.
Oh, you're fine.
A cloak.
Yeah, you're fine.
Only
A
cape.
cloak
only
and a
villains
cape
have
are
capes.
different.
Yeah.
The hood is the practicality of the hood that differentiates you. I mean, I got us take out a scroll. We got a couple of locations that we can try out. These three over here on the western side seem to be the most likely. That'll get us into the old city, or at least as close as we can from the sewers.
Yes, I got an entrance in a manhole as well. But
I got a
that's
piece
where
of
the
cloth.
people were going in, so I don't know if we want to necessarily go directly in the same entrance as them. And tell them got a piece of cloth.
No.
Well,
To be fair, if we come across someone who has a ripped cloak or cape,
You can return it to them.
well,
I say we follow those guys.
They
Take
haven't
your
come back
skin.
out yet. From what I've been told. The rat was
They're-
in the trash all day, so maybe they have come out and he didn't notice.
They're probably doing something big.
I'm also putting a lot of my findings on the rat, so I don't know how much we want to follow them.
yeah, like it. Does the rat entrance line up with one of the three that I found?
So here's the thing. It doesn't.
Is it close?
I
You said it was southwest, so like relatively, but
yeah, there are manholes in the area that are close, but it's does not line up with the ones that you expect to give you access to the town.
Well, do we want to? If the rat was here and the manhole covers are up over more, the normal entrances are up more in this area. They could have been. We trust the rat again, making a lot of assumptions about this rat's knowledge, but they could be going in a less known way, so they weren't tracked. But why aren't we just what? Why would they need to be sneaky about it? That don't make
They're
no
villains,
sense.
like Thellum says.
That's what I'm saying. Now,
Did
I have
are
two
we hunting
fists.
villains?
Yes, we are. I have 2 fists.
That's not
I'm
what
ready.
I was told about in the letter. No, we're just to receive a package from somebody at this temple.
Yeah, so that it's suspicious. I feel like we're making a lot of assumptions about these people that we're just going to pick up a package.
Yes. But they are people we have to worry about encountering. I think it's the important information to take away from this.
There we go. So maybe these are just folk out in the sewer that we'll have to watch out for. Maybe not the folk we're looking for.
This is just a simple parcel recovery that's going to have some twisted, under-seated mission about it.
What makes you say that so ominously?
Because I've been sent on tasks by Leoric before.
Okay. Well, do we the normal entrances, or do we want to try and follow these folk?
I think we go normal entrance and try to avoid them as much as possible. But be ready in case we do have to engage. I mean, no running after them if you just see them.
All right, I wasn't
It was
planning on it.
pointed towards Thellum.
It went over him.
So I will say on the map there. So I'll say like there's about 3 that you know that you could go to, and I'm gonna say from like north to south, it'd be entrance 1, 2, and 3. Which entrance do you guys want to go into?
Presumably 3 would be the closest to where these other people went in.
Yeah.
But we also don't know where. I mean, we don't even know how to get into the old city once we're in the sewers, technically. Or do we have that information?
There's possibly just going to be there could be tunnels down there, whether they were purposeful or not. But you know that you could possibly find a way in there.
Here's another option. If we wait for them to leave the manhole, because it is unsealed, it's not like the others where they seal it up to keep people from going in. If we wait there for them to leave, assumably they are using this entrance because it has direct access to the old city. Because why would you just use this direct access to the sewers? Unless they're trying to blow up this city. There's a bigger plan. But we wait for them to leave, and then we could take that entrance and possibly have a direct route.
But we don't know anything about these people, who may or may not be the caped folk.
Yeah. Just an option. If you want to take the sewer and try and find another way in, we can do that.
I mean, I'm just a little. We don't even know if those folks are going into the old city. They could just enjoy being in the sewer. It could be their hideout. It could be a bunch of teens. Those dang teens hanging out in the sewer, not doing their work.
Nobody wants to work anymore.
More teens are just classically slacking off all the time.
All right, now let's do the number 1 then.
For me.
Do you mean the number 3?
The whichever one
The one that's closest to
Darius wanted to do.
Yeah, that's number 3.
A large number 3.
A large number 3.
Let's go with number 3.
Okay. You guys make your way to this manhole. You give me a strength check to basically unseal it.
Can I just give somebody help?
Yeah, obviously.
I'll give Thellum a help action.
Okay.
You're looking for a 15.
Strength, right?
Yep, strength. You're looking for a 15.
Oh no.
That face.
Oh no.
He gave you the help action, so you do have advantage. Oh.
Yeah. So
What'd you get?
I got a 13.
13.
That was the highest roll.
Thellum and Endien try as hard as they can to like push this, but like the metal is just stuck. You don't know if it's like just like real tight on there, or maybe like the sludge of the sewer is like stuck it in there harder. But number 3 is just unmovable right now.
Come on, Endien, lift up your legs. Come on.
I'm not the strength one here.
Try.
Y'all were so quick to.
Has anyone in the history of ever referred to themselves as "I'm not the strength one here"?
Yeah. Endien just did.
Okay, all right. You got me there. Yeah, this one's not budging. So, what, you guys ain't got any other plans, or?
Darius, you got any tricks or tools, or do we want to move on to a different one?
I'm looking to see what tricks or tools I might be able to do.
You do. You're at a point. There are some people like watching you, like looking at you. Straight.
Anybody want to help? Or no?
So I am going to. I'm trying to bullshit my way into some things.
All right. Let's lay it out.
Okay. Here's the thing. Ooh, okay. I'm playing off of the world building you have already given. So,
ooh, all right. Use my words against me.
Yeah, you said it was real, like maybe crusted up with some like sewer goop or things like that.
Yeah, sewer goop.
Yeah, it's the
sewer goop.
Oh.
I am going to. We're just burning spell slots already. I'll cast Tasha's Caustic Brew, which does acid damage essentially on like this manhole cover.
Yeah.
To try and loosen it up, and if there's anything like connecting it to its outside, I can read the description.
I have to have a dex save for that, right?
Dexterity saving throw, or recovered in acid for the duration.
All right. Well, that auto hits because it's a manhole cover. It's not gonna. The sewer goop isn't going to just suddenly go. Oh, I'm alive and dex save. Yeah. Just roll the damage for me.
Yes. So that is 2d4. Ooh, that is 5 damage. And it will continue to take that damage up to a minute. So I think I'm going to let it like percolate for a little bit before I try to make a stab at opening this thing up.
How long, or how much damage and how long?
I rolled 5 damage on the first one. It can last up to a minute. Up to
a minute.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you notice the stuff start like wearing away really fast.
Okay.
You think if you let it last as long as it's going to do, it's just going to dissolve through this metal.
Like completely?
Yes. Yes. There's a very strong acid you used on this steel. I'm going to give you a little peek here. A object hit points for a medium-sized object that's resilient on average has 18 HP.
Oh,
because it doesn't have a dex save, it can't, because it's a save and not just AC. You are just burning through it. You are melting this metal, and it just starts and like chunks of metal are starting to like drop in.
I mean, that works. It wasn't my intention, but
yeah,
this, like, because he's Darius is an artificer, so it's all magic techie nonsense. So I think it was more of like from his bag of holding pulled like some small flask of acid and just like all around the edges and just like shook out the remainder of it. Should maybe probably have to dilute that before I do anything else with it. A bit stronger than I expected, but we gotta weigh in now.
Yeah.
Property damage isn't what I was looking for. It just glares at somebody walking by with her scarred face.
Yeah, people are watching. You guys definitely look like villains here. So you might want to just, hop in as soon as you can, as to avoid, because it's daylight and you don't want people to call guards on you. Hopefully they won't have it already. So you guys hop your way in. And I think with that, we are going to end it for episode number 1 of Gluttony and Earth from the Interdimensional Library. Thank you all for listening. Rate and review this when it's out and you're listening to it with your ears and you got this far. So we can keep doing more and it'd be really fun for everyone if you did that. You can check us out on Twitter. I believe the Twitter for this is IDLRPGS. It's around there. It's the Interdimensional Library. You can find me at Bumblescum. You can find BakaZombie at Zombie Baka. And you can find Adam at Little Growth on the old Twitters. That's the only thing that's the only social media that anyone has is the Twitter for now.
True.
No, that's it. That's canon now to life.
Sandstone.
My TikTok.
Yeah. Zombie BakaZombie TikTok. Yeah, all right. Thank you.